guys, welcome back to my channel for this week's Stitch With Me. I apologise if you shake. You shouldn't notice it because you're attached to my frame, so fingers crossed. Anyway, how have you guys been? I hope you're all still safe and well. We're all good. Work's been flying in for the kids. So Ellie's spent a lot of time doing her schoolwork. Oh yeah, one thing I will mention before I get too settled and whatever. I went on my, I have the YouTube Studio app on my phone. And when I get comments, obviously it notifies me. And I go on the YouTube Studio app on my phone. And I reply. Now, for some reason, anyone who left a comment in the last 24 hours, it won't let me view them. I go into the YouTube Studio app, I can see it, not the full comment, but I can see who left it, and I can see like the first line or so. And then when I click it, it says this comment is no longer available. So, I'm not exactly sure what's been going on. But I have been, and I don't know if this has got anything to do with it, to be honest. There's been people putting things in my comments totally not appropriate, and I've never asked for it. And I certainly don't want it in my comments. But it's like people keep leaving me links to, I don't even know how to put it, but it's like, yeah, just totally not appropriate. Anyway. So I've been, I think it's about 3 in the past week that I've reported and blocked. And then I've had that issue today. So I don't know if the two things are connected. Because I've been reporting spam and stuff, that YouTube's just suddenly had an issue with my comments. But if I haven't replied to your comment, please don't think I'm rude or ignorant. It is just the fact that I can't access it. I've even gone on to accessed it through Google on my Chromebook, and it's still, it doesn't even say it's been held for review. It just doesn't even show up on there. So Abra and Brianna, they're the two that I've noticed that I can't comment on, so I do apologise. It's nothing personal. I just can't access them, which is a huge pain in the backside. Oh, I've lost my place. There. It's just annoying. But I'm not going to stop reporting these comments as spam just because it might be causing me problems. I don't want them on my channel. Anyway. I had the school welfare, whatever her name is, from Ellie and Tyler's school pop round on Thursday. We did a socially distant conversation on the doorstep, which was funny. She wanted to speak to the kids. I assume they're making sure the kids are okay and safe and well, and we're not, hiding things. I'm not that kind of parent. But anyway, talk to them as much as they like. I'm keeping at home to keep them safe. Simple as that. So she dropped off some work, chatted with the kids, and then asked if we knew what we were going to do after Easter, because at the moment the sending schoolwork home for them is only a plan until Easter. So I just said I don't know. Everything's just kind of being played by ear. Rob is a stickler for like watching the news and finding out what's going on and stuff. So apart from, you know, her popping round and having a chat with the kids, it's been a really quiet week. My brother and his wife have been asked if they want the vaccine. They've both said no thank you, so, oops, done that one wrong. Rob's had a text as well saying he's now eligible. He doesn't want it either. I don't want it. I'm just not comfortable. Luna, why are you sniffing the door, love? I always shut the front room door when I do my videos because then Riley knows what I'm doing and he won't come in, and usually. The door's open all day long. Luna just sleeps on the back of the settee or on a cushion. As soon as we shut the door, she sits in front of the door like, you know. But you let her out, 2 minutes later she's sitting outside the door wanting to come back in, so you're funny, Luna. There. No, not at the bottom. Completely lost where I just was. There, so it's that one. Yep. Whoops. Oh no. I just want to say also a huge thank you to you guys. You rock. I asked for some suggestions on something I could sort of stitch in memory of my mom. You guys had some really good ideas. And I think I found one I like, but I'm thinking of just changing it ever so slightly, because it's a lovely verse and lovely flowers. But I think I want to change like 2 of the flowers, but I'm looking into it anyway. And I managed to get my beads for my Mirabilia. So excited. Go backwards. I can't wait. Go and see what he wants, so. He's probably found a spider. Riley's good like that. He finds spiders left, right and centre. And I have to go and dispose of them. There was one the other night apparently in the corner of my room on the ceiling. And I didn't want to pause my film. You know, when you're that engrossed in a film, you just think, I don't want to pause it. Because I don't want to... I don't want to lose the momentum of the film. So every 10 minutes he came down, is it done yet? Is it done yet? Is it done yet? And when I went upstairs, the spider hadn't even moved in like the past half an hour, so. Yeah. Just Riley likes it done, you know. There and then. What did he want?
Like the hamster.
Why? What's the matter with Hammy?
Just to remind you about the tubes.
Oh, goodness. I've got to learn to keep my mouth shut. Because every time I think of something, I'll suggest it and then... Oh, missed. And then they bug me then until I get it done. So I think I'm just going to keep my mouth shut next time I got a good idea. Riley's rather impatient. No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even sure you guys can see what I'm stitching on. Hold on. Just raise you up a little bit. There you go. Mind you, I'm going to be moving in a second because I've got to jump over down there. Is that it for there? Oh, actually, I can just jump into there while I'm here. Now I've got to find myself. Under there. I think you guys can still see. I apologise about the light. The sun today is like in, out. Hopefully you can see anyway, because I do sit with my back to the window. It's the best way to stitch. The light is amazing. Come on. My brother rang me this afternoon, whenever, and he said, "How's the cross stitch going?" I said, "Which one?"
Too many.
He's like, "The Disney one." I went, "Yeah, okay then. Which one?" He says, "Why, you got 2 Disney ones?" I have. He says, "The big one." Okay, now we're talking. The world of Disney.
Mm.
He even asked me the other day, "How many cross stitches have you got now?" And I told him. He's like, "Wow." Already done that one. He was shocked. But, like I said to him, if you don't have choice, what happens when you get bored with one?
Where did you put my pen?
What pen? Oh, up there. Oh, me and talking of being creative. Me and Ellie were on, I suggested to Ellie the other day about a stylus for her phone. We used to have one for the tablet, but the end on that was like really bulky and just wouldn't have done what she needed it to do. So we were looking into making a stylus of your own. So Ellie was finding these videos online, and they were like, use a Q-tip and wrap the pen and the Q-tip in foil, but not the end of the Q-tip, and then dip it in water. And I was a bit, I don't want you putting water on your phone, Ellie. You know, it was never meant to be. So we looked into all these other ways. I tried wrapping it in foil. It would work if I didn't insert the Q-tip into the end of an old pen. It would work on the phone, and then be like, right, okay, now we'll put it in the pen. Put it in the pen and it wouldn't work anymore. So it was like, why? Anyway, went on a couple more videos, and apparently there was a thing about, it's something to do with the static in your hand connecting with the foil. So you needed to have, I can't get it through now, you needed to have connection between your hand and the foil you've just wrapped it in. So we did that, and it works a treat. So now she does, yeah, don't laugh. But this is this is the pen. There's a Q-tip, or what we call earbuds, in there. That won't matter. There's an earbud in there, Q-tip, and then we've wrapped the whole thing in foil, but it wouldn't fit in the proper end of the pen, so we had to shove it in the other end. But hey, it works. I need to cut that off. Exactly. And she can outline her drawings now, because she used to use a pen, and with her 10-foot long nails, it didn't work. You should hear her when she's on the Chromebook typing.
You can just hear.
Because she can't put her hands down like this because of her nails. They're like out here. So she has to work like this. And it's funny to just listen to her tapping away on the Chromebook. It's all good fun in my house.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, am I already looking in the wrong place here or what? Yes. That answered that question. So who's got exciting plans for the rest of the week?
Me.
You? Where do you think you're going?
I don't know.
Exactly. You can't go out. That was a question the lady asked on the doorstep. She asked about how often they go out. I think she was testing just to see if, like, we were telling the truth, because we'd said the kids don't go out. I mean, Ellie, the farthest Ellie goes is shopping with me down Aldi's, which is like a 5-minute walk down the road and a 5-minute walk back. That's it. And we go out fully suited and booted.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they were testing the kids to see if what we'd said was actually the truth. Okay.
Yeah, but even if you just go out, it's not the same as being in school.
Yeah, you're not around...
thousands of people.
Yeah. Keep catching... I'm sorry if my head gets in camera. I keep catching my head on the camera. Trying not to, but I feel it touching my hair. Has anybody ever watched a film and then, like, when the end of the film comes and the titles go up, you're more confused about the film than you were at the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was me the other night. We were watching something. Hold on, I've lost myself. Again.
Mm.
Have I just... Yes, I have. So, oh, yeah. Yeah. It was just like, the titles came up and I looked at Rob and was like, what? Don't even remember the name of it either.
I don't remember the name of the cat film we went to the cinema and watched.
What cat film?
I don't know.
You're good. Useful, you.
Mm-hmm. It's a really good film as well.
Okay, then.
Talking cats.
Oh. Trying to be clever and go back through the same hole because I went through the wrong hole. Now I've got it stuck. Oh, hold on. Can't do anything left-handed.
Nope.
I am not left-handed. Funny really though, Al, you used to write with both when you were in nursery.
I can't.
You can't now, no, but you did. Because I even said to the nursery lady, is that normal? None of my other kids have ever done that. She says, yeah. They haven't got a hand that they prefer at the moment. She's right-handed now. But she could just colour away with one. And then when her arm got tired, she'd switch and colour away with the left. And she was so good at it as well.
Was there ever one word that you couldn't say correct as a child?
No, but there was one my sister couldn't say.
What was it?
Spaghetti.
What did she say?
Peschetti. She never could say it properly. Oh, I've done that in the wrong place, you wally. Yep. Looney gonna be knocking all my stuff over. There we go. Whoops. Luna, that sounds so loud. She's having a wash. But she always sounds like she's got a cold.
Mm.
And I think the vet said that's something to do with the fact that she had cat flu before we had her, possibly.
Is that why when she sneezes?
Yes. We won't go into detail, it's disgusting. I know she can't help it, but...
Mm.
Yeah.
She's really loud when she's cleaning. Hi. Put your tongue back away.
Don't you just love that when you talk to a cat and you touch them while they're cleaning, they suddenly stop and pause and their tongue's hanging out the mouth.
Cute.
Yeah. We've got a picture on our fridge of Binks. I tell you what, it couldn't have been a more perfect picture if he tried. He didn't even mean to catch it like that, but my other half took a picture of him. He was on top of the shed outside, and just as he took the picture, Binks yawned. So we've got a picture on the fridge and it looks like Binks is roaring. It's amazing.
His panther ears.
Yeah. Such a big cat, but he's such a scaredy cat. Tuesday mornings he doesn't like going out because he knows the bin men are around and they're emptying bins and stuff, and it can be a little bit loud, but he's so skittish. He'll go to the doorstep, hear it, and just run back in. Nope.
Absolutely not.
We'll wait. Where Luna just kind of wanders outside and says, yeah, I need the toilet, bye. If I keep getting my head in camera, guys, I'm really, really sorry. Trying to keep it over here out the way, but then I notice I keep leaning forwards. Oh, my grandson's nearly sitting. I was on a video call with them yesterday and he still falls,
So cute.
but not as much. He's so cute. He will sit there and then all of a sudden he'll just flop. Yeah, he's nearly sitting. He's well giggly now. Is it that one? Yeah. I'm behind on this cross stitch. I'm supposed to do what I went straight back out the same hole. That was clever. Yeah, I'm supposed to do 1,450 stitches a week to be to complete the stitch around Iceland in December. And I didn't stitch it yesterday or the day before, so I'm a few days behind now, which is why I'm using it for this video. And I've got some catching up to do, but it's because I'm so excited by my Once Upon a Fairy Tale one. I've nearly finished pages 7, 8, 9 and 10. So close. I did 1,101 stitches yesterday. I should have just done another 10 and made it all the ones. But yeah, I am so close to finishing them pages, and the excitement to just carry on and finish them is unreal, to the point where I don't even want to be sitting here doing this. I know that sounds bad, but it's that excitement, isn't it? Because I know that is such a huge piece and it's going to take me... Oof. Oh yeah. My brother sent me a joking text. He said, can I put my order in? How about a 6 foot by 5 foot cross stitch of me and Elaine on our wedding day? I just sent him the laughing emoji back. All right then, he says, I'll pick a blanket instead. Blanket I can do.
I don't know, you've been in cross stitch the past few weeks.
Yeah, I am. Well, the only blanket I've really got to work on is mine, and I have been doing it in and out. Still haven't started Marvin the Martian yet. But yet again, my Once Upon a Fairy Tale, I'm just...
too excited.
Yeah, I want to finish those pages so I can do the last 3 pages on the top row. Because that won't take so long, because it's only 3 pages, whereas this one is 4, because I'm doing 7, 8, 9 and 10. So it'll take me a little less time. Plus, it's only a little castle in the corner. So, It's just a lot less. Oops. Don't you just love it when it falls out your needle? I wish. I love it like an hole in the head. Especially when you're getting down to like your last bit of thread on your needle. You're trying to just squeeze every last stitch you can out of that piece of thread. And it keeps falling off the needle. Oh, yeah, I saw a post on Facebook yesterday about some ball tip needles and how people were finding it better just because it doesn't split the threads, or, you know, like, because then when you frog it, it's easier. Well, I'd use it just because it wasn't sharp, because I've stabbed this finger an unbelievable amount of times. And I've got a hard piece of skin there now that I have to keep filing off. So I think they just work for my skin. Never mind the threads. Only a stitcher knows the pain I go through with that needle.
I know that one too.
Yep. Or the needle down the back of the nail.
Oh, hate that one.
I've done that a few times.
I've done that a few times.
Yeah. That is so bad. It hurts for days. Okay. Someone's getting excited upstairs. Probably.
You know him.
Tyler was meant to have was it an English assessment she said this Wednesday? She said an assessment, didn't she?
Yeah.
Can't remember what lesson. I'm thinking it was English, but anyway. And she just looked at me like, well, you know, what are we going to do? Well, I'm not sending him in, so you can do what you like, really. At the end of the day, we've kind of figured that Tyler's in year 10 now, so he's got one more year after this one at secondary before his exams and stuff. If he doesn't do too well at school with his exams, we can put him in college from 16 to redo his English and maths and, you know, whatever. So it's not a big issue. Thing is, it's hard to know what to do for the best.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Riley?
Yeah, it's Riley singing a song.
Oh gosh, me and Ellie were in stitches before. I said to Riley, you can put something on the telly if you like, so he goes straight to YouTube.
Fortnite song.
And he puts on these Fortnite songs he listens to, and he was sitting on the settee rapping away with this song and then singing, because it's like a mixture of both, and then he went on to this high pitch bit. Oh my goodness, me and Ali were roaring. And Riley just looked at us like, what are you laughing at? Absolutely nothing, Riley, you sound amazing. I'm not going to tell him, he sounds really funny. But yeah, it was hilarious.
I can hear him.
He can hold a tune. He can sing. You know, he's not tone deaf or anything, and you know.
Just not one of the high pitch.
But not when it comes to that high pitch. No, that was funny.
I know what songs he's singing as well.
Do you? Was it the one he was singing down here? I hope you guys can't hear that, because if I tell you guys could hear it, you'll be so embarrassed. He's funny. He keeps asking me daft questions. And I'm like, I don't even know, Riley. What was it he asked me this morning? Was it this morning or last night? And I was just, you know, when you look at someone and you think, how on earth would I know the answer to that? Yet some of the questions he asks me, it's weird. They're quite logical. Yeah. Oh my goodness. You figured out what he's singing? Oh. Oh, excuse me. I don't even know where that came from. There. Ugh. Ow. Oh, bless him. He lives in his own little world, bless him. Ow. I don't think I've really got anything else to tell you guys. I will say I'll keep an eye on... Oh, my days. I'll keep an eye on the comments for today's video. And if I have any problems, I'm gonna just message YouTube directly. Because if they're penalising me because I've reported and blocked someone more than once, you know, I should be allowed to do that without being penalised. Missed one. Because not only do I not want to see that content, I don't think any of my subscribers do either, you know. And it's a free to click on comment, so I will carry on reporting and blocking. That is not what I'm all about. Thank you very much. Anyway, I'm actually going to let you guys go now. Oh, get it in the right. Thank you. I don't think there's anything special I need to tell you guys, apart from stay safe and take care. No, I don't think there is. But you can guarantee as soon as I turn the video off, I'll think of something. Happens every time. Anyway, my camera's flopped. Anyway, guys, I will see you for my usual floss tube on Sunday. But until then, take care, stay safe, and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye, guys.